mid eventually, which would be Naga Siren. Looks pretty great against the Void and Beast.
Oh, there it
and
is.
Boom. There we go. They agree with me. Thank you, Polaris. Because Naga Siren is amazing. So far, looks like the Void is going to be pressured a bit, but he is getting help from Moxxi here. Oh,
as I say that, the silence, though, we did talk about the... All right, Caster's Curse, let's go. We talked about Force being the big boy, being the guy to watch, and that was played extremely well. I did not think that they were going to be able to go for it, but with that Curse of Avernus, a couple of strikes, it's enough silence.
Got himself a little bit too close there. Kotaro got himself in the middle of the creep wave and right-clicked by both the enemy players. So top lane also we see Beastmaster going down, struggling on this lane too.
This is a bit of a disastrous start for the side of Tempest here. Bottom lane again, they're trying to make the moves, though Force sitting a bit low. Good drag away. Here using that Sinister Gaze from AU. Don't have that rebound up just yet, so it's like they're gonna be all right.
Honestly, Kotaro just needs to pull this into the tower right now. I don't think he can stay this far out and last it. Look how many creeps there are. When this goes...
Getting a little bit aggressive, trying to put some pressure over onto Force, but they do have... Oh, the drag back from AU. Go for the rebound play. Taro getting a couple of these hits off with the Frost Shield. No, not going to be enough to save them. So this is looking like it's going to end up being a double kill. Yeah, the bash coming through. Double kill for Kotaro.
Yeah, they both go down, and that is salvage right now. If this was a hard start for the Void, getting that double kill suddenly is completely back into it now. He was struggling a little bit, but I think he's suddenly feeling great again.
I would say enough damage there to finish off Lelouch. And that's one thing that I didn't really consider is the fact that Sabus, if he can land those Searing Chains, if they can get a clean line, they can definitely put the pressure over on this mid lane with the arrow from Mirana.
Yeah, it's not the best setup ever for the arrow, but it does work. They're trying again. He's looking for the angle on Mirana.
Oh, but they need to be careful because AU is still here and Sebas is just taking so much damage. Arrow won't connect with Lelouch, ends up just hitting a creep. Disaster in the top lane now, Draken. They realize, hey, Mirana's not here. If Mirana's not here, we can totally get this kill.
Yeah, again, if you leave Beastmaster alone on this lane, he will not be able to get anything done. He will absolutely be shut down.
Oh, Sladian, he's level 3. He put 2 points in that era, so he just doesn't have enough nuke damage here to be able to finish off Xavius easily. In fact, now it's looking very scary because they turn right back around again. This is looking like a very dead Mirana.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
And the tip to boot. Oh. It just allows them to hit creeps a bit more. I would be concerned about the fact that, you know, I feel like Force is going to come online a little bit earlier in terms of putting pressure down, so definitely want to keep tabs on him and slow him down. But again, Kotaro, if he's having a good game, which he's struggling a little bit, right? He's 35 and 13 currently. He's working on that Midas.
Yeah, he's not doing fantastic there, but he did get that double kill, so in fact he's keeping up with Naga in farm.
I think Draken's still dead here. Yep, very dead. Alright.
Yeah, gonna be hard to keep up with Naga if she keeps getting these kills though on top lane. And now all those creeps.
Oh god, Kataro's dead.
Yeah, meanwhile bottom, top
there's
lane as well, I mean.
Top. We are just hemorrhaging kills now. This is an absolute disaster for Tempest. They had a couple kills on the board, but it feels like...
Distance a little bit faster than people would expect, and there it goes. He gets the disable, and his team always follow-ups.
Tumblr's Toy always makes me laugh because it's such a great item, but it always sounds so ridiculous, the little boing. But bottom lane, they're looking for the Chronosphere. Oh, AU, though, look at this positioning from the Lich. Being able to buy a bit more time here for Xavi. He's probably going to die here in the meanwhile, as they do have the Snowball Polaris sitting. Okay, there he is. A will fall now, Xavius. He did just get saved by the Lich, but in the end will end up falling.
They needed this so badly. That was well played still over on the side of Polaris. I mean, the reactions by Lich and the way he went in to save from the Chronosphere there. But in the end, Tempest do get 2 kills and finally seen the real Naga for quite a while. She's just sitting jungle, farming. She's got a 14-minute Manta plus Voidstone, going for that that Orchid, we were talking about having more silence, and the reason I said that can be a silence hero. So the Luch, he finds Latin.
I mean, he knows that Mirana's been sitting over here for quite a while because that's where all the couriers keep dying. So it's not really that surprising. They use a roar on Luch, mostly to just run away. Yeah, I mean, oh my god, AU's positioning has just been so good. I said it once, I'll say it again. This guy.
Akachu is also not safe, getting caught out as well. They're bleeding so many kills right now. This game is... He is looking ready to go even more aggressive than he was already. And he's at 9-0-1. He is having a beast of a game here.
I mean, that is also a kill streak if they can catch it, so you have to be a bit careful, but they're playing this quite well. There's now Sabus. Oh, Sabus. Not going to be alive for very much longer. Do manage to land the arrow over the back lines onto AU, but at that point, it doesn't matter. Xavier's showing off that blink he just picked up. So they're going to be able to be even more aggressive than they've already been. Like, this is actually pretty wild when you consider that there are 28 kills in an 18-minute game so far.
Yeah, they're absolutely going. Normally, you know, you see a team picking Naga, you think it's going to be a Resident Sleeper game just farming, but the 4 of them have more than made up for the lack of aggression from the carry choice. They are just playing around Leshrac in a beautiful way all the time.
Oh boy, Slating has one more leap charge left and also has a force staff. I don't know if it's going to be enough because this is a very fast disco pony.
Haste,
yeah, look at that.
He just chases him down. And that's all your leap charges again. Now, when you respawn, you're only going to have 1 ready. It's kind of rough dying after you use everything you have to try and survive.
See how fast Avius is just like, oh, alright, well, if you're going to stick around. I don't know, I believe if we consult the, I mean, you could use a chrono, but you don't have any damage to put in that chrono.
Yeah, there might be some sad news that this is not your base anymore. Naga goes top and finds Beast.
Yeah, she's not afraid of this at all. She's got the Orchid. AU's there too, just for that little extra insurance of making sure he's locked down. Although there is a big stone golem just chasing after AU as he's going down. They do get the kill on Catchy, so we've got a couple bad start here. It's the Chronosphere over in the bottom area. They end up losing Kotaro. Savi's going to buy back, and they'll turn back around here. They do have the Wraith Pack, which Sladina is going to be able to take down, but Catchy's not looking too healthy here. Does get the dispose off. They'll turn back around, man. This Lelouch Leshrac is just so gosh darn powerful. 15-0-1. Walrus Punch coming through. So Savis, get away from my mid laner, as they have the snowball. They went for the shard. Sladina is going to be able to survive it, but just barely.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what there is to say. This is just complete demolishing. It looks like Polaris, they wanted to secure themselves to get into that upper bracket for sure, and it's not looking like Tempest have any way to stop that.
No, unfortunately, it does not indeed. They are so far ahead at this point. 15k ahead, in fact. And they have almost all of their tier 1 still.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And a game like, and again, I know that this is last chance qualifiers, but I feel like Polaris is just so incredibly far ahead. Is it almost more worth it? Oh gosh, Catchy is very dead. Is it almost worth it to just call the GG and just start fresh again, or?
Yeah, I don't think they have any hopes anymore of winning this one. Like this, they're sitting in the tree lines now, but they don't really have the tools to turn a game like this around. They have no solution to Naga. She's literally just standing there waiting. Look at him. He's like, okay, what are you gonna do to me? He's standing there almost disrespecting.
Oh my god, Xavius, he knew. He just happened to know over there. He finds himself the opening. Nice Chronosphere coming up from Qatar. Does he have the damage though? As Natsumi is taking a lot this time around. And the roar, there it is. There's a kill on that Naga. She got too cocky for her own damn good. But they'll end up getting the kill on Kotaro. Xavier's next to fall. Catchy though, the big boy Lelouch, he is the one that you have to be most afraid of. He does so much damage. And on the back lines though, AU does get slipped on. It is a GG though at the end of the day. So despite their best efforts coming out from the side of Tempest, there is just so much power coming out from Polaris.
Give me carry Nexus Prophet or something so I can actually join and do things. Or maybe he's gonna play some crazy stuff like carry Tusk. Let's go.
Choose your hero.
Okay, it's gonna be support Viper then. With a Mars coming out.
Safe lane Shadow. Put Draken down to the bottom lane instead of Kotaro. Kotaro's top, but they also adjust accordingly because now you see Nasumi down in the offlane. So an interesting choice, to be sure. What's your read on this, Waga?
I'm looking at the game. I'm looking at the offlane SF here. He's gonna get possibly a kill, maybe. Shaker diving in.
Yeah, he's definitely going for this dive. They want this kill, and there it is. That'll be the first blood.
On the back of that Shadow Fiend. And bottom, also looking for a first blood, but you know, it's too late for a first blood now.
Might be able to get themselves a retaliation kill, yeah. Not the best, but at least you get something out of it. You don't get the XP, unfortunately, if you're Katu, but...
Very spiteful moves. You're like, you didn't even kill me. What was this good for, you know? Why you gotta be like this?
That'll be a water rune that gets snapped up, and it's a very good control here. That means that Sebas is going to just have this empty bottle that he's not going to be able to do anything with, and has very limited regen. Just have, you know, a couple of these stick charges and a fairy fire, but not
he's
the
probably,
not the most opportune. It's not looking good for him. He's dead. He's not dead. Oh, the outplay. No, he's got a fairy fire, Lelouch. Oh, the back off turns around. Goes up. Oh, very nicely done with this invoker. The tip comes out even as Kotaro does find the kill of Xavius in the other lane, but Natsumi will collect themselves a revenge kill.
Oh,
Still
imagine
chasing
if,
after Natsumi, but not going to be able to grab.
if only there was a send stage, which he wasn't really allowed to do in this game. He struggled to have the impact that I think a support Viper usually is expected to have. And now it's a bit awkward, like making rotations, making ganks as Viper. How do you do it?
Oh boy. Well, they're looking for more. They'd like to get Sladine here. Just gonna try to slow him down with that Ghost Walk. It's just the battle of the big boys here as Undying and Earthshaker just poke each other. But Lelouch eventually going to show himself. Good Fissure coming into play. Following up though with the Cold Snap. It's another kill for Lelouch.
Yeah, just waiting for Cold Snap the entire time. Top lane, we see Clockwork trying to move behind. Maybe they're gonna try and get a kill here.
Drag back again, but this time Sebas is gonna go for that rune. Top lane though, Xavius showing up, looking at Kotaro, gonna open up with the battery assault because we've got a very active Polaris as just giving off those couple clicks here to Kotaro. They'll follow up with the tornado and the final hit coming through. They'll end up getting Kachi as well, and Lelouch is sitting a little low, but he's gonna be absolutely fine.
Watching this Viper is the saddest thing. He just stands there, attacks like 9 times into Invoker.
Maybe it was a bit of a panic, I don't know.
Definitely.
It's like, he's gotta be here, we gotta do something. We gotta get him, we gotta kill this guy.
I mean, there was not much time to react to it. Just have to try.
Force just casually walking through, gives him a punch.
Yeah, I like the way Force is playing. He's basically playing like a bit of an overfarmed pos 4 as well, just running at people and fighting them.
Draken is looking might dead here. I like how Lelouch has just been using the Ghost Walk consistently just to slow him down so that way his teammates can click and do the damage.
I think the wraparound is coming to mid now. Everyone is kind of moving there. Clockwork has spotted the SF in the jungle. He has a ward on him. Observer ward is revealing him. I see a hook shot
Smoke
soon.
immediately breaks. Snowball over on the back lines. Force finds himself an opening. Doesn't quite manage to finish off Sladine right away, but will get the kill. They drop the sentry ward. They'll use the step forward, the pull back over onto Natsumi. They're hoping that they can get this kill, and they will be able to find it this time around as Xavius is still caught in that arena. Does manage to put the circle in the circle, though, using that cogs to buy him enough time to survive, but they...
Simply just have fissured as well, but he just ran up and Echo slammed him instead. Got close enough. But, I mean, he doesn't have Blink Dagger anyway on Shaker, so using the ulti would be difficult if you're not using it during a smoke.
I know, sometimes I feel like just the threat. Oh, here we go. Here's a Sunstrike into cogs, into everything. But I feel like sometimes just the threat of some of these big team fight ultimates, just because it gives you the opportunity to get in position a little bit better, is more valuable than the actual spell, if that makes sense.
That can certainly be true. I just think Polaris right now are not necessarily recognizing it as a threat, even as they just kind of do what they want the entirety of this first 16 minutes of the game here. Now we're gonna go into Roche. Tombstone gonna secure it.
Alright. 16 minutes Roche, not bad.
Oh no,
Top
SF.
lane, they found themselves Kotaro. Again, he's not going to be able to do anything. That battery assault just locking him into place and allowing Natsumi to get the final hit.
Mid lane as well. Invoker not gonna get the connection on the right click there. Mars blinks to safety.
Bottom lane already hunting again, Xavius. It's the rocket flare. He's going to poke a little bit at Sebas. Now said it's going to be difficult to get that lockdown. He's going to need some help as Natsumi does get dragged back. Doesn't have an Orchid or anything like that. Does have the BKB. So
Yeah,
gonna
and he's got
drop
TP
some
out.
of these little guys, and he's gonna, yeah, I think you have to when you see this response coming out from Tempest right now. Xavius is just able to hook shot out over onto the back lines. It's not looking good for Lelouch because they do manage to go and get that arena of blood off. So he's gonna try to put some of these clicks out. That is the Aegis, though, so they need to be able to get a secondary kill, and it just feels like they want to get the heck out as soon as possible. The Walrus Punch coming through. No teleport out for you, Kati. No teleport out there for you, Draken. And Sebas says, please, God, just don't look in the tree lines.
Yeah, they did actually ping him immediately as well, but they're not gonna go in and check there. They're just gonna let it be. He could get out quite easily though, even if they try and chase him. It's a bit like chasing a...
Multiple times to keep people alive. Lelouch's hunting. He wants this. They do have themselves that sentry ward, but again, a nice snowball coming out from the side, of course, making sure that he can keep him alive just a little bit longer. They'll get the kill on Katara, and they want Sebas too. They should be able to get it. They'll chase them down. They'll follow up with the tornado and a sunstrike, and Natsumi, being an Aegis prophet, just comes right back in again. That is a team wipe on Tempest.
Yeah, Tempest are getting absolutely everything. They had some good vision as well during that fight, planting vision on the high ground so that they could see everyone and get the clean initiation. I also like how Furin is just able to TP out every single fight. Just presses the BKB, TPs out, and then comes back in again with the teleportation. But yeah, this is looking pretty much like Polaris are in complete control of these team fights.
It felt almost like desperation, right? Because you see a clockwork, but when the clockwork starts walking at you like that, you have to realize something is up.
I think you have to realize that in general by how the game has been going. I mean, we're at 19 minutes. There's 33 kills for Polaris. They have just been running aggressively. If there's one, there's another. That's what you have to assume in this game.
Well, I think especially when you have a Nature's Prophet, right? Like every time that you show on the map, there's someone who's going to be hunting you, whether it's Lelouch, whether it's Xavius, or it's just, you know, Natsumi being like, I'm going to join too. I'm good. I could go hit creeps or I could hit heroes. And heroes seem like more fun, so.
Speaking of Natsumi, finds a little treasure there in 3 bounty runes that were just standing here in his own jungle. So gets a nice little bit of gold. Nobody has really played that area.
This is a dead Katu. Poor Katu. This guy has died 9 times already this game.
And he gets tusk punched up into the air, so he's closer to the sun. The sun strike amplified.
Gotta imagine if that was truly how that worked. It'd be absolutely wild. Tara, and again, these are the supports that just go in. They have no fear. Tara being held over into the corner. He is gonna end up falling. Draken, he manages to get a pretty decent arena off, but it's just not enough as they'll finish cleaning up Sebas, and now Slayden running for his life. They just called GG. They've had enough.
Dig, Shaker. Dig before they kill you. Dig.
Now be careful though, if you dig it up, we saw what happened to
deny yourself to the kobold.
Right.